Yeah, cool.
Hello, everyone. We're coming, y'all. We coming. Hey, Music City Mom. Hey, Molly Lollipops.
I'm
What's
late.
happening?
I'm late. Wasn't
We
that a bunny
always
rabbit?
late.
Wasn't that a bunny rabbit that ran through one of those all those fairy tale things like Cinderella or one of those things? And he's like, I'm late. I'm late. Something like that. I don't know.
Probably.
I didn't pay. My kids didn't even pay attention to those fairy tale crap.
Hey, Molly. What's happening, girl?
Boy,
Hey,
they are
Mark.
now. There's Mark. What does he have by his name? What is that? I
Hello,
can't see it.
guys.
Where's all my glasses, y'all? Y'all hear some noise? I'm looking for my darn glasses.
Hey,
Hey, I found
hey,
it. I found them, y'all. I can see.
she can see. I believe I can fly.
get
I believe I
up, get up. Let's try that out. Let's do a live about that. You get on top of your house and you make you some wings and get up there and see if you can fly.
can. I hope we don't crash and burn.
Have you seen those goofy guys that do that crap?
On them YouTube channels, yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be me.
Yep. So hi is everybody. Hello, Molly. Hello, Mark. Who else is in here? Hmm.
Um, Music City
Music City
Mom
Mom. Hello.
too.
She's still in
She was
here.
here at 9:44. I don't know if she's still here or not.
Okay. Rebel Soul.
There's
There's
all
Rebel
the y'all's
Soul.
in here.
Hi.
There's Rebel Soul. Hey, Rebel Soul.
I
How are
tell
you
you
doing, Rebel Soul?
that trial is moving on along, isn't it? They quit early today because they got the
Mm-hmm.
evidence and stuff in early. Well,
They got what?
something. They presented the evidence faster than what they thought. So
Oh.
they had a little time. So she gave them a break this afternoon and shut it down.
She showed her face on there, but they done showed her face, and then they didn't show her face the rest of the time she was up there on the stand. I thought, well, they didn't show her face. Now it's too late.
What you
But she
mean when
was
she's on the
mad. He
stand?
didn't want to show her face in court.
When?
Yeah, she
When?
come out there with her today. She come out there with her arms crossed today. She come out with her arms crossed and everything, mad. She did not want to testify at all, and she had them not
Oh, it was some
turn the
other.
camera back on her. They turned the camera.
Wasn't that one of her family members? I mean, one of her friends.
Yeah, that lived in. She lived in that fit center, same one they lived in.
And she got uh, evicted, didn't they?
I don't know why she didn't want her face showed because they didn't showed it already, but I don't know why she didn't want her face
They
showed.
didn't show it during her testimony.
Nope.
Was she hateful? I missed that one.
Yeah, she was when she first come up there. She had her arms crossed and looked mad.
I seen
And
that
then
part, but
she
I
said,
didn't see her testify.
"Yeah,
How'd she do on the stand?
she did pretty good on the stand. She didn't say nothing really telling of nothing. I mean, she just said that she lived by them and stuff, and there really wasn't nothing to really testify about. I don't know why she was so worried about getting up there to testify for.
So I wonder what they had her up there for. I'll have to
I
listen
don't
to it
know.
tomorrow. And I was right, everybody. He went and bought lime, and that preserves the body. Lye is what will make it decay faster and eat it up. And he bought the wrong
Dum
thing.
Dum bought the wrong
Dum dum.
thing.
But you know what? For him to be, not very well educated, he did kind of pull this off for a little while, didn't he?
Yeah, for over 2 years without even being noticed.
And look how he is hanging the court up about there's no actual of him. There wasn't no actual murder charges until it's just her story. They
Yeah.
can't. They don't have any evidence. of who killed
They don't have a
Harmony.
body.
Right. They don't have evidence. They don't have a body. And so, I mean, I don't know.
All they got is Kayla's word, and she done lied enough in court as it is.
So did that other girl. She lied too. I caught her in lies. Because that other guy got up there and testified. And I believe him more than I do her.
And you got to tell
But,
me that the men that sit there and ran that U-Haul van, you think they would have asked questions of why he wanted a U-Haul van for? They didn't even ask. They just went and got one for their friend. Didn't ask nothing.
yeah, well, they said that he said that he rented it for that other guy, Travis, so
Yeah, I
that
know,
he
but
could move some stuff out of her basement.
no, he said that he didn't. The one guy didn't know. He thought that they were moving because they had stuff packed up in their
Right,
house,
right,
but he didn't ask no questions or nothing.
right. And then, but and so he rented it for him. And
Yeah,
then they went.
he
Go
said
ahead.
that Adam kept telling him that he fucked up. He said, "I fucked up. I fucked up." He said it like 5 times to him, and he said, "What do you mean?" And he said he never would tell him what he meant by it, but he said he fucked up about 5 times to him whenever he went and got the U-Haul van for him.
Well, I think that he was only worried about his own damn skin anyway. Like when he was telling them, ones testified that he said he missed Harmony. No, that was tragedy in his life where his life went to hell and he's just concerned about himself. He don't care about that baby. Or he wouldn't have done it to begin with. You know? How can he sit there and torture her for all those months and months and not and then start telling people, oh, I miss her. How could he? After why didn't he stop hitting her? You know, that day, you know, he knew he hit her too hard. He knew he was hitting her too hard. He know. You just know. I'm sorry. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When you're bigger than somebody else, you get in a fight, or if you've got leverage on somebody else and you hit them with something, uh, or you're big, let's say a guy is bigger than a girl and hits her in the face with his fist, he can cave her face in. I mean,
Hey, Cheryl. Yeah,
some
I
of them.
got your email.
Hello, Cheryl. Hello, April. And I read
Hey,
your
April.
message to me today. I'm sorry I didn't get to it sooner, but I
I
couldn't.
appreciate.
I
Go
just now
ahead.
got YouTube Studio,
I
so
appreciate your email, Cheryl. I did read it and everything, and I meant to comment back to you, but I hadn't got a chance to do that yet. But I appreciate you letting us know. We thought it was well. I didn't ever see it. Um, what's her name? Andrea's the one that thought he was talking towards us when she saw the comments, but I told her it was towards the liking and we got a lot of feedback coming from your
what are you talking
mic.
about? Oh, it's not me.
It's a lot of echo coming from your mic.
For me?
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I shut my YouTube down. Hell no, I didn't. Is that better?
It might be better.
Is that better?
I don't know until I start talking. And
Okay, well, start talking.
it says when Mama starts talking, a lot of noise. I think it's when your mic is something to do with your phone. It don't do it when you're on your husband's phone. It just does it when you're on yours.
Okay, well, can you? Is it bad now,
It's a
Mark?
little bit better. He says
Is it
same.
better?
He
Is it
says the
better?
same.
Well, it's hard for. I don't know what. I guess I can mute when you're talking.
Uh, yeah, I guess we can just do that until. She said, "Oh, good. I'm glad you got it. Showed it to Andrea. Thank you." Yeah, I did. I apologize. I mean, I didn't know. I just seen her post the other day, and I was like, "What is she talking about?" And then she told me that she thought that you came in was said it to us, and that's what upset her because she thought that you come in and try to stir up trouble. But I told her that you didn't mean it for us. That you was meaning it towards liking and Andog.
Do you get to tell me what it said?
But
Ask her. Can you tell me what it said? I'll get left out, y'all.
oh, she she came in, Andrea's, and said that she didn't like the two people on panel or something like that. and we thought she was talking about us two on the
Oh,
panel, and she was talking about Ann Dog and Lycan because we had been talking about them because they was over there doing prank calls and stuff, and
yeah.
she meant to say she was talking about them, but Andrea thought she was talking about us. She's
Oh,
like, I can't believe you come in here and said that about us,
oh,
and just said hi to Wyoming and stuff. And I said, I
okay.
can't believe she did that either. And then Cheryl came and emailed us and told us different, that she didn't mean it
Yeah.
for us. And I tried to
Well,
tell
that was nice. That was nice of her that she emailed you and let you know.
yeah,
That was sweet.
yeah, that was.
Yeah. Who's live tonight, everybody?
I know
Everybody's been
Retro
going
was
live over
live.
and over.
I don't know who else is live. I just know Retro was live. She's been live since 8 o'clock, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we went over there to Alex's and listened to her, and then ATS was going live after that, and then Jen Lou went live before that. I was like, "Dear Lord."
Did she?
Yeah,
Wow.
I missed Jen Lou's and I missed ATS's. I caught Alex's, but that's it. Because because when we have to go live,
Well, you go to Retros, you got voices up there.
yeah, we would go over there. If voices went, I would go. I'm not speaking for MKB, but I would go over there. But I can't listen to somebody give advice that is a freaking monster. I'm just not going to do it. She's not going to sit up there and say it and tell everybody how to do things and what they should do and how they should do it right and the right. She knows the difference between right and wrong. She needs to go back to freak. Somebody needs to raise her over again because she don't know the difference between right and wrong. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm just not going to listen to
Yeah,
fake people
Johnny's
anymore.
funny, Mark.
I
I
go over
like
there
Johnny.
when I go over there when it's Johnny and Brandon and Retro was over there when it was Brandon's birthday.
Yeah. Hey,
But
Cement Shoes.
hi, Cement. Good to see you. Does he still have a ranch? I can't even see. I
He
can't
should
tell.
have.
He should have.
Yeah. It ain't
Okay.
nothing changed, so he should.
Yeah. Okay. So how's it going, Cement? I haven't seen you around in forever. Forever and forever. The
Hey,
most touching so far. Even more than 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 Harmony's mother's testimony. I think that the uncle's testimony is what got me and made me almost start crying.
yeah, you tell he was nervous. He was real
He
nervous.
was really nervous, but he tried to get Harmony help. He really tried. He told a
He
bunch.
told a lot of
He told the mother. He
he
said he
told a lot of
told the
people.
mother. Why
He
didn't?
even told the children's services place.
But when he told the mother, couldn't the mother do something right then? Get a lawyer and do something?
She could
I guess
have,
that,
but it depended on if she had money or not. Or
or they were trying to locate her. They were trying to locate Harmony. I guess I don't know.
no, that was in the beginning. Whenever he had
Yeah,
Harmony.
yeah. That's what I don't understand is why I don't. If that'd been okay, if it put the shoe on the other foot. If that'd been my family and me, and I was not taking care of my kids and doing drugs like that, my family would come over to my house, snatch my kids up, and take off with them and tell me to straighten my ass up, and I can have my kids back when I straighten up. And that's exactly what they would do. And I'm not joking because one time, let me tell you this little story. My mother, I had a, I went and picked my kids up like at 1 o'clock in the morning, and they went straight to bed, and I shut their door. Well, we played quarters, me and my three friends, and we drank a little bit much, and we had beer cans in the living room floor, and we went to sleep. Well, my mother come the next morning, my kids answered the door, and my mother seen the beer cans, and she took my kids and told me that I could have them back when I quit drinking. Oh, Lord. And my whole family stood behind her, too, like they was going to fight me. It was
Dang.
so unreal. I'm not kidding. My family stand up for their kids and their family. They ain't going to let that happen.
Well,
And
I'm sitting
my
there.
mom,
talking to somebody today about the way Adam took Harmony's life, and she said it didn't really make no difference. The person I was talking about, I mean, I guess it didn't really make a difference how he did it. He done it just anyway. But how could he reach his arm back there and swing and hit her way over there in the back seat? I just don't see how he was able to reach her in the back seat. I've
Well,
tried to look.
I think that the part of him hitting her where he was hitting her, I think that's a lie. Because they said they were sitting in front of the methadone clinic. That methadone clinic is busy. And if he starts hitting her right there in front of that methadone clinic, somebody's going to hear her, see him hit
They
her.
said the stoplights were busy too, wherever they was at
No,
going to Burger King. And if he was hitting her at every stoplight, somebody would have had to seen it.
somebody would have seen it. Somebody would have heard that baby cry out. I mean, after him hitting her so much, she wouldn't have cried, but at first she was crying. I don't see how Kayla sits there in that seat and put up and listen to that baby cry out like that.
She
That
sat
makes
there the whole time and didn't do nothing. Every time he beat her, every
so.
time he hit her with his fist, she never
I,
did
I
nothing.
I think there's a lot more to that. I agree with the girls tonight. I think there's a lot more to what happened when she died, and I think she had her hands in it just as much as him. Because something caught me. This is what caught me when she said the reason that she didn't get help for Harmony and that she didn't turn him in after he, did that to her. When she didn't go get help then, she said the reason was because she was worried about her and him and her kids. That right there told she didn't even mention Harmony. That told me
And
she didn't. Harmony was not even on her mind. She didn't give a damn about Harmony whatsoever.
and
She didn't pay attention to
they had
her.
to, they had done got in trouble with the methadone clinic. They had to go in the methadone clinic one at a time because they was leaving the kids out in the car. They done got in trouble for that. So somebody would have seen him hitting her, you would think, if he was hitting her outside the methadone clinic
And hitting her
or
that hard. Yeah, yeah.
or, or
And
she
that
could have
Kayla,
cleaned her up while Adam was in
that's
there.
what I had that right on my mind.
Because she had to wait on him to go in there and dose up. She could have cleaned Harmony up while he was in there dosing up.
She probably told on Harmony when she got out to the car. She probably said, "Oh, she peed again. She did it again." She probably caused most of it because I don't think she liked Harmony at all. I think she's got a bigger part in it than what she's saying.
Poor thing.
I just don't think it happened. I just don't think he did it in broad daylight like that, where she's saying that busy intersection and at methadone clinic, those two places, those are the busiest places that he could have been hitting that baby.
Yeah.
I just don't believe it happened like that. She's leaving out her part. I think she had a part in it. She didn't like that baby just as much as he didn't. You sure don't hear him
Yeah.
hitting her.
She
You
said
sure
she
don't
didn't
hear him
wash
hit abuse.
clothes.
Nothing. But you don't hear
She
him
said
and her hitting
she
her
didn't
kids,
rinse
do
or
you?
wash Harmony's clothes. She didn't clean. She didn't clean them up or nothing.
Yeah. Oh, my April, my arm is better. I had to have surgery on it again, but it's better. I'm starting to be able to use it now and stuff again. It was just a fluke, something that happened. He said that my immune system must have been down when he did surgery, which I'm sure it was. Because I was like, how stressed out I was. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's on the way to healing. I don't have to wear the brace all the time, and I can get it wet now. So I'm doing good. It'll be it'll be done before no time. I go back to Arkansas the 20th. I got as soon as I get off here, I got to get my car, rent a car and all that stuff. Get ready to go. It'll be my last trip for my doctor's there, and then I'll get a doctor here. Thank you, April. I appreciate it so much. You just don't know how much I do. You're so sweet.
That'd be good. You ain't got to go down there after this time.
I know. And my daughter-in-law is going to be staying with me 3 days a week. For 13 weeks, she got a contract with the hospital here. So she's a traveling nurse, and so she's going to stay with me 3 days a week
What
for
about your
13.
son?
He has to work, and he's got his son, and he's in school. He's
Oh, he
trying
does
to.
got his son. I thought y'all had him in some other place.
We did, but when they cut him loose, he didn't like the place that he went to, so he called his dad and made a deal with his dad and said that he would uh, do his best, and he would try to straighten up. And his dad goes, "I'm going to give you one more chance." He goes, "But remember, you are 18 years old now. You are not." He goes, "If you come at me, I'm going to put you down." He said, "That's all there is to it. And if you touch my wife, I'm going to put you down." And he said, "I can lay my hands on you now. You're 18, so you better stay straight." And that kid has not even hiccuped.
That's
He's
good.
he's got in school. He wants to get a job, and they're doing really good. They're getting along really well. I was so happy for him.
That's
But yeah,
good.
Trent just got you talking to. He said, "I'll put you down." He said, "You are not going to come at me." He said, "You are not." He said, "I am not going to be scared of my own son because I can't touch him." And he turned 18 and he goes, "Yeah, I'll take him back." And it's
Mhm.
worked out. It's worked out great. So far, so good. It has, knock on wood. But it has turned out pretty good. I said that's all he needed. I said that's all that kid needs is somebody to stand up to him and let him know that they're not going to take his crap. Because he would stand up and try to beat. He'd hit the little girl and hit Rachel, his wife, and then he would say, if you do anything to me, I'll call DHS." You know,
Yeah, he wanted to play that card.
yeah, he always did, and that's what he grew up doing, and that's why he was in trouble so much. And
Mm.
that woman, the one that took him, the aunt that took him, was so sweet. I mean, she couldn't handle it. She called me when he was 5 years old because he beat the washer up with a hammer, and I said, "Take that hammer away from him and spank his butt." She's like, "I can't touch him."
So
Well,
did you
I'm
can.
I'm sorry, but his mom is crazy, like that, violent, and so his grandma's violent. His and his uncle was violent, and it runs in their family. Violence just runs in their family. It's a gene or something, and they're crazy. I mean, they lose their minds. And yeah, Trent told me that he was just flat losing his marbles. He'd lose his mind over if you ask him if he wanted macaroni and cheese or mashed potatoes. I'm telling you.
Mm.
And my older son, they called him and wanted him to take him. And he had little kids. He couldn't afford for one of his kids to get hurt because he said if he touched one of my kids, he said I'd hurt him bad. You know? And he goes, "I'll take him if I can tie him to a tree until he straightens up."
They never did ask you to keep him.
Yeah, they wanted me. I was the first pick.
No.
I told them, hell no. I said, y'all should have come to. I said, y'all should have let me have him when I wanted him. You shouldn't have sit there and lied and said he was doing great, and they lied to me. That um, the woman that adopted him lied to me all this time. Told me he was in school doing great. He wasn't in school. He was in institutions and homeless under a bridge once.
Mm.
Lied, she lied to me the whole time, and then when they couldn't handle it anymore, and DHS was going to bring him up on charges, abandonment charges, she calls me and says, "Will you take him?" I'm like, "I'm not taking that monster of what y'all turned him into. He's a monster." I said, "Hell no."
Mm.
I said, "If I can't lay my hands on him, I don't want him." I said, "That's the only way you're going to get a hold of that kid right there is you're going to have to manhandle him. Because he's bigger than Trent. Kid 6 foot, weighs about 300.
Yeah.
he's a big old boy." And I told him, I said, because he wanted to stay with me, he's wanting to stay with me a little bit. And I told him he could come and stay. I said, "But if you buck up on me," I said, "I'll knock you flat of your back." And I said, "And I'll pick up something. If I can't do it, I'll pick up something and I will." I said, "I guarantee it." I said, "You won't be
Mm.
hitting me." I said, "I'm one person you will not hit. I will not put up with that crap." That's why I got in so much trouble. Um, DV. I mean, because if a man hit me, man, I would just lose it.
Hey, Buttercup, how are you doing? So what's going on in YouTube world this morning? It's this is nighttime for us, not morning.
Yeah, I know. Buttercup, I like that. We like that. We put that in our thumbnail a lot. But
Yeah.
one one thing, I mean, I did hang around some. I was around when I was young. My ex was an addict, and I was around a couple that was like them and had kids, and they didn't take care of them. And their parents stepped in and grabbed them kids, and they didn't get DHS. They come over there themselves and took them kids out of that house themselves. You know what I mean? Just like my parents would have done. They don't get DHS. They do it themselves. And that's the kind of parents that you need. I mean, that's the kind of parents that these people needed to prevent Harmony from being killed. That's the only thing that would have saved her. If one of them was aggressive, come in there and swept and took them kids and said, "Do something. I dare you." Yeah.
They should have gave both of them drug tests before they gave the kids to them too. I don't
Well,
understand why they didn't drug test them.
why didn't they have to go through that system where they don't get them back for a year or two because they have to walk the line and they have to be perfect for a year or two before they even get the kids back, before they even are considered? Why would they
Mm.
even? They cut through so much red tape on CPS and gave them kids right back to them. CPS didn't do their job. I want to see those reports. I want to see CPS's reports when they did a walkthrough. You have to do a walkthrough when you go in, when you're called out on a house like that. You get the kids, separate them from the parents, and then you do a walkthrough, and you know everything that is wrong, that is unsafe for those kids, the environment for them to be in. You have a report, and it has every bit of it detailed on there. I
Well,
want to see those
they seen
reports.
her black eye before and they lied about it.
I don't care. And then she had another black eye. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
seen that black eye and they lied about how it happened. That CPS worker should have been there 2 days later to see. 2 days. I mean, she should have been on that every other day. If she had to go every day, she should have been there to see, to make sure, because she saw bruises
And
on her
really, they
legs
were
too. So.
homeless. They shouldn't even been living in a car with 3 kids.
3 kids. That is. I mean, why didn't CPS right when they got evicted from that house? Why wasn't they there to step in? They closed the
Or
case.
that CPS knew whenever they had their water and electricity and everything cut off, they was running off a generator, and they didn't do nothing about it.
No, no, they didn't care. But like here, I mean, like if it was weather or related, and we had a generator, that'd be fine. But they couldn't pay their bills because they were strung out drug addicts.
Nope.
He didn't even work. Look at how fit he is. Look how young he is, and he didn't even go out there and work a lick to bring in $1. And then she got caught in her job for stealing. And they just use those kids for food stamps, and they probably got checks on them. I'm just sick to death of it. It makes me just literally sick to think a father could do that.
Mm.
And that girl, the stepmom had to be talking to Kayla. I mean, that baby, Harmony, in the back seat, because she was old enough to talk and stuff. She was, what, in kindergarten? She was old enough to talk. And they had to talk, that Harmony had to say something about her hurting and stuff. She's little. She's going to say something about what's hurting her. I don't care. They can't help it because if she's hurting so bad that she can't stand, she's going to be hollering and screaming, and they can't help themselves. They ain't going to be quiet because they're scared of their father at that age. When they're hurt so bad, they're going to cry. I just don't see how they. I don't know.
That
I just
precious
don't
little girl.
see how they ever had a decent place for Harmony to live in the begin. If CPS would have went out to that house and inspected that house to begin with, it was decent enough for her to live in. It wasn't. That house that they lived in with all those people, it wasn't decent enough. I think they need to be brought up on charges myself. I think that every kid that falls through the cracks, ever who the CPS worker was, they should have to pay too. They should have to be brought up on charges, raise their standards a little bit. I think every one of them should be obligated if a kid gets hurt, abused in a foster home or abused by them giving them back to the parents. I just think
Yeah.
that's so disgusting. And then parents that walk the line and get straighten their lives up, they'll adopt their kids out and they won't ever see them again. I've seen them do that. They don't even give them a chance to straighten up, you know? They adopt them out. And as little as those kids were, if they'd have been here in Oklahoma, they would have adopted them kids out. Those kids would have been gone. And they would have never
You're
seen them
right.
kids again.
You're right, Cement Shoes. April, she was 5 years old.
What's he meant to say?
She said he's a worthless
I
piece of
can't see it.
nothing. He's nobody's father because he's not a man.
No, he's not a man. He's not. And I tell you
So,
what, any woman
Buttercup,
that
you're
sits there
okay.
and she's not a woman either. She's not even a human being. Anybody that sits there and lets a man beat a kid to death in front of them is worthless pieces of shit. That makes me so mad. I could just get little choke her myself. I hope they didn't make it. I hope they bring her up on murder charges. I hope they do. She deserves it. What comment? Wait a minute.
And it
Buttercup,
went
oh my
nothing
god, I'm so
bad.
sorry for my comment. I will get rid of it. What does it say?
It wasn't nothing bad.
I didn't see it.
It just
What
says,
did,
OMG,
what did she say?
just stop with whoever is talking. I become a biological nanny, Pam, at the weekend, so I have 6 amazing grandchildren now. She didn't say nothing bad.
Oh, what was that? I mean, what you mean by it?
I don't know. It wasn't nothing bad.
I have amazing grandkids. I have amazing grandkids too. They don't ever get in trouble. I mean, they do get in trouble, but they don't get spankings and stuff like that. But they're really good kids. My God, I can't believe how good my grandkids are. It's amazing. My oldest son, 3 kids. They come to stay with me, and I swear it's not even like I have any kids at all. It's like they help me. They do things for me. They're just so sweet. My little one, she's like me. She's more like me, but she's the one that gives them the most hell. I said, just wait until she's a teenager.
Somebody said today they was wondering if Adam was able to watch the
Yeah,
recording
yeah,
in
yeah.
in prison.
He is somewhere. He is somewhere in a room or something to where he is watching it because he has to see what's going on. He has to be able to see what's going on. It's not in his cell, I don't think, but it's in a room to where he can see it. You know, he has to see the proceedings of what's going on.
That's what they were saying. They wonder if he is able
Yeah,
to watch it in prison or something.
yeah,
He
yeah,
ain't been showing up to court.
yeah.
I wonder if he's going to show up and testify.
You know what? I don't know. I want to know that myself. I don't think he'll test. I don't know if that's going to be the big kaboom. He's going to come out and testify, or what the deal is. He's got a pretty good lawyer. If they can just pin that on Kayla, he could, he could get lesser charges. But he's still doing 30 years. I forgot about that today. He's doing 30 years already. But that put a damper on my theory. So now I have to start all
Yeah, I
over
knew he
again.
got 30 years for the weapon charges. He got 30 years for the weapon charges.
Yeah. I have to start all over about what they planned.
So
And you can
April,
tell
your
it
granddaughter got 2 rats.
two
Like
rats.
Andrew mom.
Cousin
Yeah.
Andrew.
She said,
Yeah,
thanks, Andrew
Andrew.
mom. I have 2 pet rats in my house now. My granddaughter earned them. They
I heard
said
a
they're really
story.
smart.
I heard a story about a rat. And this girl bought this cottage, and the rat, Mama, she thought she picked her dog up, and it was a big old rat. She's on that big old rat. But you know, I can't imagine a rat being a pet. Do they come to her when she calls it and stuff? That rat? Do you hear me?
No.
Has
Not
she ever
really.
called it? Has she ever called it and it comes to her? Or have she told you?
Yeah, she does. It's
What's its
smart. She
name?
said.
Does it have a name? Does it have a name?
Yeah, she has names for them, but I don't know. I forgot what they were.
I'll be freaking scared of it. I'm scared of ferrets. I'm scared of ferrets. I'd be scared of a
The
rat.
video and love.
And I'm afraid of rabbits too. I'm scared they'll bite me.
No, I'm not scared of rabbits. I don't hold
Oh
rabbits, but rats, I'm just afraid of rats. Just like a
yeah. I
mouse.
don't hold nothing. My grandkids, well, the goats I will, but my youngest granddaughter, she got them chickens spoiled rotten, and she handed me a freaking chicken, and I thought I was gonna die. I was like, "Get this chicken off my hands!" I said, because I was afraid to panic and move my arms. I was afraid it'd bite me. I'm scared of chickens. When I was little, I had these Easter chickens, and they grew up to be this big old white rooster and this white hen, and that rooster would flog me and tear my legs apart. My daddy finally killed it. It was mean. And it was one of them pretty little old Easter chickens that they dye different colors. See, that dye made it go crazy, I think. Yeah, every time I go outside, man, that chicken, that
April
rooster,
says she's scared of them too.
he'd get after me, that rooster would, and it made me scared of him. I'm scared of snakes, too. Boy, I am scared of snakes. Bad. I'll tear you up, there's a snake. I'll be gone. I moved out of the house in the middle of the night and didn't go back and get my stuff. I made my parents go get it. Because there's nothing in my bathtub. I was pregnant, too. I was pregnant with Sean. Damn rat snake as long as my bathtub. I was out of there. That's all it took. I said, see y'all later.
Wow.
I grabbed my purse and my diaper bag and my baby. Got my stuff ready for my baby and took my baby stuff and put it in the car and I was out of there. They're like, you gotta go get your stuff. I was like, I'm not going back there. No way. I ain't stepping foot back there. I didn't either. We lived out in the country though. There's, the old houses.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, that time that I had a black racer that stared me right in the eyes. I'm telling you what. I had this little bitty trailer down there, and it was like sand. It's a lot of sand dunes and stuff down by the lake where we live. And I moved me I bought a trailer and moved it down there, and my kids was newborn and 2 years old. And I was making them breakfast, and I was in there in I had a little bitty trailer, and I was making the toast, and I heard something drop down into my crock pot, and I was like, "What was that?" And I turned around, and when I turned around, that snake rose up out of that crock pot and staring me right in the eyes. I have no
Hey,
clue
B
how I
Crumbs.
got.
Thank you for stopping by.
I Hello,
Thank you for
sorry,
stopping by.
missed you, but I don't. I blacked out. I don't know how I got from there to the couch and my kids outside. I have no clue. I do not know how I did it. Can't tell you to this day how I got out of that house. But I wouldn't go back in that house until they found me because they travel in pairs, and I made them go in there and find the pair. My cousin, she come out there and killed it with a hoe.
B
But
Crumbs came from Alex's channel.
oh, she did.
Yeah.
We were just we get off the subject. We go back and forth. We get off the subject a little bit. We're like all over the place. Yeah, we talked about the case a little bit. Alex Young's a lot more professional about it, I guess. We put a lot, I don't know, of our feelings into it, what we feel about people testifying and everything that's going on, and but it's just crazy. This is just crazy. I wonder if he ever will tell where her body is. I wonder because he
We ain't never
okay.
gonna find it.
Well, what about that U-Haul? Does that U-Haul not have GPS?
It had they knew how many miles of stuff it had on there, but and they even seen they going over a toll bridge or somewhere where they got him on camera. But
Yeah.
they still it don't. It still is a. It's like finding a damn needle in a haystack trying to find out where he put her body at.
Well,
He could have stopped.
the U-Haul we rented can tell it tells you where the U-Haul is in case that people don't bring it back, and it tells you where it goes and where it is and how many miles it goes and if they drive reckless or anything. I don't
I don't
understand
know.
why they don't. And new cars have that too, and it had to be a new U-Haul. So
It was one of them U-Haul vans.
I wonder why it don't have all that technology in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I want to find. I want to do some research on. We'll find out because it can tell you when you stop, where you are, how many stops you made, where you stopped at. Remember that one case? I can't think. Suzanne Morphew. They told exactly where his truck was all the time.
They did with the Watts case too. I think with
Yeah, yeah. They knew where he traveled when he stopped at the trash. They knew when he stopped at the trash bin.
yeah.
If he was
Unless
in that
them
U-Haul,
vans went.
I don't understand if he got rid of her body in that U-Haul. I don't understand why that U-Haul don't have technology where they can find that body. I mean, I'd be tearing it up. I just want, he had to put it somewhere familiar to him. But
I wonder if he
so
left Kayla at home too, like she says, or she went with him.
I don't. I think she went. I think she went with him because she never was out of his sight. They was always together.
Yeah.
She didn't. He didn't do anything without her. So I know she went with him. Those kids was probably with them too. She knows where that body is. I believe that. That's my own opinion now. It's nobody else's, just mine. I, bo- I'm, I'm kind of, I kind of, every what I think comes out of my mouth sometimes. But she was just a horrible stepmother, and I think that, I don't know.
She sure didn't know how to take care of no kids, that's for sure. They don't need to give hers back to her either.
And I can't believe, and she had another one after Harmony was killed
Yeah,
by
a little
him.
girl.
She got him around her kid. If she was afraid, wouldn't she be afraid he'd kill one of her kids?
Yeah, if he done
Wouldn't she
killed
be?
one kid, just for
Yeah,
wetting their
wouldn't she be afraid of
pants.
that? Wouldn't she be so afraid of that she'd get her kids out of there as fast as she could get them out?
Would she leave her kids with him by themselves or not?
God, no, there ain't. I don't know. I don't know if she did or not after that. But I know she had another kid by him, and then she got him on domestic. I can't believe they split up. I can't believe
She
it.
left them the kids. She left the kids out there with him whenever she went into that
Methadone,
morph that methadone
methadone
clinic.
clinic. Yeah, she did.
She left the kids in his care, and
I just don't think she cared nothing
she went
about
in there.
Harmony. She didn't care if he was hitting her, and she didn't care nothing about her own kids. I don't think. I don't believe she cared about her own
Yeah,
kids. She wasn't a mother. She just was there. She didn't clean up. She didn't do nothing in her house. She just let him do whatever he wanted. It makes me sick that she cut a deal with them. I know that they wanted the story, and I know that they got a lot of evidence from her telling that story, but they should have made a better deal than 18 months. They should have gave her 20 years, at least. I'm saddened by that. Because our lawyer is looking out for her. I hope they made that deal without putting the murder charges on the table. If they took those off the table, she won't ever pay for it. What did April say? I can't read very good. My eyesight's not 100% yet. It will be better Maybe soon. And then I'm gonna have to have cataract surgery. I am scared of them. My chat just keeps going crazy. Alright.
Retro's still alive.
Yeah. Is she?
Yeah.
Your granddaughter's telling. Read that for me, April Showers, what she said, because mine's running together and I can't read it.
Because, by the
It's by
way,
the way,
Brooke,
broken.
just your granddaughter sounds like she has a God-given talent about animals. I heard you talking about her.
Oh yeah, the 15-year-old, she does. She loves them goats, and I tell you what, she can do more than what I could. I mean, I could probably do it if it was emergency, but her mother was out there holding the phone so that she could do FaceTime with her grandma while she delivered that goat. She's like, I did it, Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing. She got her a milking stand for her goats so she can milk them. I told her
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be. I told her it's gonna be harder than what she thinks. She better get those her hands muscled up. And so she went. She started going to work with her dad, and they have to use those clippers on that siding. And he said that she can do it just almost as good as he can. Bend that side and clip that siding and bend it to shape the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He said she's getting really good. And so that's going to strengthen her hands up to where she can milk those goats. She's got a plan. She's got that girl, and they pay her too for working. When she goes to work, she gets paid a wage just like any other person there. And he said that she's up to full wage now because she can do just as much as any of those guys can out there. And so she's saving her money, and she's got thousands of dollars saved. I am so proud of her. I can't believe it. She pays her own cell phone bill. I mean, she's got her own checking account. She's really growing up just fast right before our eyes. She's the one I used to babysit
Did you
before she
say
went to
Adam and
school.
them car were?
What?
Did you say Adam and Adam's car, the way they had it tore all the down?
They took the charge
They
up.
had it
They
tore
tore it.
it tore the wheels off, the doors off, and everything.
Well, they tore that car up before the
There was
cops
parts
even
all
got it.
parts was all in the car. And
I mean, the cops got it in that
who had it?
condition. The junkyard had it because it was towed to a
Oh, who
junkyard.
had it
See,
before? Oh,
yeah, it was just towed. They just got it
so
towed
they
to
probably
a
done.
junkyard, and the cops had to go and get a search warrant and stuff. And it took, I think it was sitting in that junkyard for 2 years. So they sold parts off of it and everything else. Because after a while of it being in there, if
So
they
it
don't come
probably
pick it
lost.
up, if they don't come pick it
So
up,
they
they'll
probably
sell all the
lost a lot of
parts off of
evidence
it.
in that car.
They did, but they got a lot of evidence in the car. I think. I don't know. They haven't presented all of it yet. But if he was hitting that baby as
They did
hard as they
something about
said,
the car.
if he was hitting her as hard as Kayla said he was, wouldn't the blood splattered on her kids and on her and in that
It
car? They
depends
would have
on
splattered.
if it busted her eye open or busted her face open or not.
Well, she said that he was punching her with her fist right in her face, real hard.
Yeah,
And if he was, I mean, wouldn't she would have bled? Because when you
you
hit
would
somebody
think
right
so.
before the, yeah. And they said they found a shirt of Kayla's that had blood on it. So hopefully those forensic people really did their job well.
Well, how did it get on Kayla's shirt then?
Because when you hit her, the blood will splat. When your fist hits something with blood
Because
on it, it's
Kayla was in
gonna
the front seat though. It shouldn't have been on
right.
her. It
But
should have got on the kids.
it might have got on the kids, but it's gonna spray everywhere.
The kids
I
was
mean,
right beside her.
because when you hit somebody, I mean, it's gonna, and you hit them again, and they bleed, and then you hit them again. It's just like hitting them with a weapon. It's gonna have cast off and stuff. And there's no way. I mean, there would have been cast off to where she would have got it on her.
Well, he hit her before. He didn't bust her eye or nothing. She had a black eye, but she didn't have she wasn't bleeding or nothing whenever he blacked her eye before.
Yeah, but
It depends
she
on
said
how
she had
hard he
dry blood on
hit.
her
Well, he
face.
had to hit her hard.
She had dry blood on her face, though.
Mm,
That's what Kayla said. She had it
no,
on
I
there
didn't
for
hear that
days.
part.
She didn't clean the dry blood off her face, off of Harmony's face. She still had it
No,
on there.
I didn't hear that part then.
She was a sorry
I
ass
just heard she
mother.
said she was black and blue.
No, yeah, she said that she had blood on her face, dried blood. And if he was hitting her that hard, that baby's, I mean, over and over, she's gonna open her, it's gonna split her face open. And I
What
don't
about that
know.
comforter that was back there? What happened to the comforter?
That he has covered her up with
Yeah,
all that
they
time,
probably got
I don't know.
yeah,
It had to have a lot of evidence. He probably got rid of it the first day. They were
yeah.
saying something about her being wrapped in a blanket or something. I don't know. He probably got rid of
Well,
that real fast.
he kept covering her up with a blanket so people wouldn't see her bruises and stuff.
Because they went to the car and before the tow company took it, him and Kayla went there he wanted to clean the car out, clean it up. And he was wiping the blood up off the seat, she said. So he was wiping
I heard
blood up off the
that.
seat. Yeah, he wiped blood up off the seat.
Well, they should have been able to test it and got that. Then they did the testing on the car the day I was listening to it,
Well,
but I
they
didn't hear them
did.
say
Yeah,
nothing.
they did test it on the car. It was. Yeah, they got blood. They got blood evidence in the car. But he was wiping blood up off the seat and cleaning it up so they wouldn't see, people wouldn't notice it. And so if there's blood on the seat and stuff, she bled. So he had to hit her hard enough to get blood on Kayla. Because you just do when you hit somebody hard enough to kill them, you're gonna have to be hitting them pretty hard. And kids are resilient. I mean, uh, head wounds and stuff, they snap back from that. And so,
It depends on she might have that cover on her too, and it may
there
not
ain't
have
no,
splashed as well
maybe,
if he was hitting the cover on her.
maybe,
Because she said that she was laying under that cover the whole time.
yeah, I don't know. But she would have been screaming, she would have been saying something, doing something, I don't know.
She was
But it just
screaming in the
don't,
moment.
it's just not right. It's just what her story that she's saying is just not right. She's leaving out a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think it's ever going to come out, too. You don't ever find the truth out on these cases unless you have eyewitnesses.
And then she said that he dismembered. He was talking about dismembering Harmony's body, but she didn't hear no saws or nothing while he was in the bathroom that day because the neighbors' radios was so loud she couldn't hear nothing about the radio. So how does she even know if he dismembered the body or not with the saw or not?
Right.
Because she couldn't hear it.
Did they say that he spent $500 on those on the tools and stuff to get rid of her body?
I forgot how much it was, but it was high.
Because they just got the taxes. I was like, how did they spend that much money if they were homeless?
Yeah, they would have had gotten their taxes around that time.
Yeah, yeah. I know I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm gonna have to finish mine. They're breathing down my neck.
Okay.
I'm almost done with them. I said we
You
just
fill
have a
out yours
lot.
yourself?
Huh?
You do yours yourself?
Yeah. I've always done my own taxes. I do everybody else's around me too.
Oh.
I used to do all my families for free, and I'd be like, man, y'all, I'd get them back. Like they'd fill it out, thinking they could do it or have somebody else do it, and it'd be wrong. I'd find them like 2 or 3 thousand more dollars, and I was like, y'all gonna start paying me. I was like, this is ridiculous. Come out with all these big bucks, and here I sit here doing it for y'all, and y'all don't even tip me or nothing.
Yeah.
My twin that passed away, he was first in line every year. I
Wanting
thought that
you to
he's
do his taxes.
Yeah, he's the one. I told him that he's gonna start paying me because he always would. He didn't. Oh, he's like he'd always go to someone else first, right? Because they said they could do his taxes, and then he wouldn't trust because they wouldn't. They would just come out wrong. He wouldn't be getting but like 200 back. It's like this is 3 years in a row, and you get earned income credit, and they never did that, and they didn't figure it right, and I was like, this is all wrong. I said, who did this? I said, why do you do this? And they always bring me crap after they got it messed up so bad that, and then they want me to fix their crap. My husband's bad about that too. That's what I've been on him harping for 2 weeks for him to get our taxes together. And I'm 99% done. I was like, yeah, whatever. I said, honey, said, yeah, 99. Let's try 1%. And then he comes to me, he's got this big mess. I don't know what. I said, you always bring me stuff when it's a big mess. Everybody does. I don't understand that. My neighbor, she didn't get her stimulus, and they gave her a deadline to file to get her stimulus, so I had to help her with that. People that I don't know when you get she gets like a little check. If you get any kind of check from um Social Security or anything like that, y'all better check your taxes this year because there's a tax break on there to get more money. You get a stimulus bump up. So if you get a check, everybody, y'all better check it. Check your taxes and don't trust anybody you need to mention it because they won't get it for you. You have to get it for yourself because they don't want you to get that money. But it's a stimulus. I forgot how much it is. It's like $500. But if you get a check every month, it's added to your it'll be added on to your taxes. So make sure they figure that in there. But she didn't even get one of her stimulus checks, and she didn't do anything about it until now she's gonna have to do it on her taxes, and she probably won't get it. I can't believe it because stimulus checks was available and people didn't get them and they just let it ride. They should have gave us a lot more stimulus than what they did. Everybody found their way to the internet though, see? Right. April, that's right. Ever how people treat their animals and stuff and treat animals around them. That really does, I form an opinion about people like that. I do. Because animals can sense how people are. I had a German Shepherd and I used to judge people by her, the way that she would tell me if they were good or bad. Okay. Are you ready to get off?
Yeah, it's fine. Well, all
And
right, y'all. We're gonna get off here, so we'll talk to y'all again soon.
yeah, we're gonna we'll be drug into the drama soon, I'm sure. Because
Yeah.
I'm biting my tongue off. I just don't know what I'm gonna do about that. We'll see. See how it turns out.
Well,
Miss
all right.
Miss
Thanks,
Gibbons,
Mark.
the wise Miss Wise woman that knows everything that lies through her teeth. Oh, it's wonderful. All right.
Good night,
Well,
everyone. We'll see y'all later.
we love y'all. Thank y'all for coming.